Now, you brothers, you know how you trying to, wake the simps up. You don't want to see other men get used and abused like that, by the modern woman. So, you call the simps out. A lot of times as men, if another man calls you out or check your behavior, a lot of times you'll think about it and you'll start analyzing yourself and you'll wake up. We know how to talk to other men, right? So when we calling out simps, we doing that to try to help them men. We're not trying to harm them, because if we're trying to harm them, just don't say nothing about them. The worst thing you could do if you want to harm somebody or continue in their degradation is just staying quiet. And that's the same thing what you have with a lot of definitely. Now, let me go to my community for a minute. In the black community, we don't like correction. We don't want to be told that we're going on a path of destruction. I see that with some of the men, and I definitely see that with some of the women. It's like going to a doctor and telling the doctor that you're sick. The doctor tell you, okay, you are sick. This is what you need to do to stop being sick. And they want to go off on the doctor for telling them they sick and what they need to do to correct it, right? I mean, just crazy, behavior and no accountability. Now, if you brothers have seen many times that the modern woman in particular will get mad at you for talking about simps or clowning the simps. And you will say, well, why? Why are they clowning the simps? Or why are they getting so upset that we clowning them? Why? Well, this tweet is going to dive into what I already knew and why I do what I do. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them even mad at me. And listen, I love responding to some of you. I love it because, like I say, you just give me more content. This is my fun channel, right? We talk about everything here. So you could tell me whatever you want to tell me. It's not going to change the fact that we have behaviors that need to change. You could try to shame me. Shaming don't work on me. I told y'all. It never works. So it's like, take the shaming tactics elsewhere. Because all I'm going to do is make a video responding to you, but not responding to you. A simp is never respected by a woman because a simp is basically a trick. And let me tell you the second thing a simp is. A simp is the cleanup man. This is why they have this simp defense force that you see with a lot of these modern women coming against the brothers talking about the simps. Oh, let's go there today. You see, the simp is going to be there when she get off of her, what they call it today, hoe phase. And after she have been doing all that, and then dudes that know her say, oh, no, I'm not wifing that up, because most real men know you don't wife a woman up like that. You don't want a woman that all kind of men that have deposited into her body and her womb area. So she looks at the simp, because the simp will take her and her 4 kids from 4 different guys. Okay. He will see value in her because the simp has no self-esteem. Let's talk about the characteristics of a simp. They have no self-esteem at all, because a man that has self-esteem about himself will look at himself and say, I'm not doing that. I want a woman that is on the same level as me. In other words, if I don't have no kids, well, shoot, I want a woman with no kids too. Why can't I have a woman and start a family with her? Why can't I get a good relationship, get married, and have a family of my own? Why I got to pick up somebody else's family? Why didn't she make a family with those men? Why I got to do it? You understand what I'm saying? Oh, see, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong to feel that way. Because, see, you know what it is? Especially when I'm talking about black men. A lot of people know, and I'm talking about women of all races know, black men, a lot of you have low self-esteem about yourself. And when you have low self-esteem, you have no standards. So when you hear men trying to teach you to have standards and raise your self-esteem up, it's going to be an attack. Because if you can't get a low self-esteem black man, you're really going to be stuck out. Another thing about the simps, a lot of them, from my experience, the majority of the simps was raised by single mothers. Let me tell you why. Single mothers will raise simps for the most part. Single mothers will try to create their son into what they think a man should be. And what they think a man should be is a simp. Now, if you have a single mother that was raised with a lot of her brothers, then she understand about manhood a little bit. But we talking about the average, they're going to try to raise this. Why do you think they baby their sons so much? They, oh, my son, oh, my little man. Oh, they do so much for their son. But their daughter sometimes, no, they don't. Oh, I got to teach her how to be a woman, all this and that. They don't treat their daughters how they treat their son. You know, sometimes brothers, you seen it like, why are you like that? You can clearly see the difference about how they treat the son, the little boy, versus how they treat the little girl. I'm like, no, you love your children equally. And then that son grow up and be a simp. Because now she got him trained to be a simp. Oh, you give women this. You love and appreciate women. You spoil women. That's what real men do. Basically being a simp. Now, any man that got his father around or even have a good relationship with his father gonna like, hell no. It's levels to that. You can give a woman the world, but it's levels to that. I just met you. I ain't giving you crap. I don't know you. We get in a relationship. Okay, fine. Relationships is about give and take. It's not about give. When you get married, okay, now you're married, you give definitely a lot more. As time go along and as finances come in, you know, if you're on the right trajectory as a man, finances gonna go up over time. Then, and you seeing how your woman is, how she's sticking by your side, how she take care of your children, how just a wonderful woman. Of course, give her whatever she wanted at that point. But at least that's your wife. Hopefully you chose right and she got to that point. But you don't give a woman the world that you just met. They don't respect the simp. But a lot of you simps, your future is going to be not your own family. A woman that a lot of times they will hit the wall and come up to you. Because a lot of you don't have self-esteem about yourself. You would take any old woman that gives you a little attention. You a simp. Some of you even got decent jobs and you still will simp with them. And they know this. They know this. This is why we got to wake the simps up. Because we don't want to see, and then we don't want to see these simps because this the flip side to the simp. See, the simp is emotional because he was raised by his mama. You don't want the simp to flip out because some of you simps will flip out on you now. Because when they recognize how they've been used and abused. But yeah, that's what they want, brothers. They want the simps to stay around because they clean up men. When they can't get the men they want no more, let me go find the simp. He'll take me on. He'll take on my kids. He'll talk about he got something great. He ain't got a kid at all. Now, if a man got kids and he give a woman kids, nobody says anything about that. But we talking about a lot of these simps. They get with these single mothers with kids, you know, and they don't have a kid at all. And then some of these women are like, well, I mean, I already got 2 kids. I have 1. What they got to do? 1? I want 3. Oh, well, I'm not having no 3 kids. That's what you run into, simp. That's what you run into. But if you got your woman with no kids and you want 2 or 3 kids, hell yeah, we have that. You know, we married or whatever. Yeah. I mean, they got the nerve to tell you how many kids they not gonna have. They can tell you that. What I'm saying is they think about the kids they had with the other men. And they got a limit. I have 3, but that's it. Well, you know, okay, you give me 1. Well, I'm not having no more than that. And some of you simps will put up with it. But I just wanted you brothers to know and wanted you to see that the reason why you see them online defending the simp, because I've seen them in my comment sections do it, right? The reason why they defend the simp is because the simp is the cleanup man and they know that they are their insurance policies for a man. You understand? But the more and more men that get out of that low self-esteem, the more and more men that start having standards for themselves, especially black men, the simp's going to start decreasing more and more and more. And that's what they don't want whatsoever. But let me know, brothers, you know, what you think about this, about how, you know, the simps are greatly desired. Understand? No matter what happens down the line, because they don't respect the simp. And then I know they're going to have some modern women show up. The rebellious ones, of course. Don't like this particular commentary. You could miss me with the talk about black families, black unity, and all those other things. Like, those shaming tactics don't work on me. I told y'all that. And you start using that terminology also, I'm going to block you as well, because you don't care nothing about family. You don't care anything about unity whatsoever, because unity wants everyone to be made whole. So we can choose the right families. Men with low self-esteem should have their self-esteem raised, okay? Because when your self-esteem is raised, you can be willing to fight harder for your community. Understand? Right? And we want men to have women that deserve a family. Women who's doing the right thing with no children, single, deserve the same thing in return. We're not teaching that men with a gang of kids get with women that have no children. No, we're not teaching that either. I believe men with children and women with children, they should get together. But one thing you're not going to do is try to play this Jedi mind trick, because it doesn't work with me. It doesn't work. Sorry.